Allan Jaffee, better known as Al Jaffee, died of multiple organ failure on April 10, 2023. He was hospitalized in Manhattan, New York, alongside family members. Jaffee was 102 years old. Born on March 13, 1921, in Savannah, Georgia, as Abraham Jaffee, he was the son of Jewish immigrants from Lithuania. His father, Morris, adapted to modern life in the United States, but his wife, Mildred, very religious, did not have the same ease. Twice, between 1927 and 1940, Mildred returned to Zarasai, Lithuania, with her children, causing great problems for the family. In his memoir, Mad Life, a biography, Jaffee describes that he had a troubled childhood and that his mother was crazy and very religious. Mildred did not return with the children in 1940, and presumably died during the Nazi occupation of Lithuania, 1941 to 1945. In the late 1930s, Jaffee studied at the High School of Music and Art, in New York, along with his younger brother Harry, Will Elder and Harvey Kurtzman, who would later be his companions at Mad Magazine - John Severin and Al Feldstein. His first job with comics was for Quality Comics. Jaffee had created a parody of Superman, the inferior man. The character fought crime, but when the going got tough he would hide in a phone booth and assume his civilian identity as Courtney Fudd. The first publication was in Military Comics No. 7, which hit newsstands in December 1941, with a cover date of February 1942. In 1942, he did a variety of freelance work, including stories for Timely Comics' Joker Comics, which was already edited by Stan Lee. Publication in Joker Comics is often cited as his first work, but the title's first issue hit newsstands in January 1942, cover date April 1942, and Jaffee's first contribution, under the pseudonym AAJ, occurred in issue number 2, with the 6-page comic Squat Car Squad. During World War II, Jaffee worked as an artist for the U.S. Army in a variety of capacities. He took advantage of a free name-changing program and changed it first to Alvin, then to Allan Jaffee. It was while working for the Pentagon that he met his first wife, Ruth Alquist, whom he married in 1945. They had 2 children, Richard and Debbie, and were divorced in 1967. In 1946, Jaffee returned to work for Stan Lee at Timely Comics, editing the humor line and children's magazines, including Patsy Walker. But his big moment came in 1955, when he started contributing to Mad Magazine alongside his schoolmates. When Harvey Kurtzman left the magazine, Jaffee, who remained at Mad, also produced material for New Friend magazines, Trump and Humbug. In 1964, he created the Mad One too. In English, this double is called fold-in, because the magazine page is folded inwards, revealing a second image. The joke was created as a mockery of the fad of fold-outs and gatefolds, posters of 2 or more pages that folded out of the magazine, like those of Playboy, Life, Sports Illustrated and National Geographic magazines. It was meant to be a one-off joke, but it ended up becoming one of Mad's most defining features. The first one too was published in issue number 86. The image showed Elizabeth Taylor kissing Richard Burton. A policeman held back the crowd of fans, which included Eddie Fisher, Taylor's 4th ex-husband. And the folded image revealed Elizabeth Taylor kissing a stranger in the crowd. The double was published between 1964 to 2020, and only one issue from that period came out without this joke. Jaffee also created the Snappy Answers to Stupid Questions series, which was also very popular at Mad. Another Al Jaffee creation was a series of vertical strips, Tall Tales, published between 1957 and 1963. More than 2,200 strips were produced, 120 of which were selected and published in a book by Abrams, in 2010. In 1977, Al Jaffee married Joyce Fervenson, who passed away in January 2020. In 2016, Guinness World Records declared him the artist with the longest career in comics, at the time 73 years and 3 months. Al Jaffee is inducted into the Will Eisner Hall of Fame and the Illustrators Society Hall of Fame. In 2008, he won the National Cartoonists Society's Reuben Award, competing with Dave Coverley from Speedbump and Dan Peraro from Bizarro. Al Jaffee's neighbor and friend of more than 30 years, Mary Lou Weissman, has published a biography of the artist, Al Jaffee's Mad Life, a biography edited by HarperCollins. Al Jaffee is survived by his 2 children, Richard Jaffee and Deborah Fisherman, 2 stepdaughters, Tracy and Jody Revenson, 5 grandchildren, 3 great-grandchildren and 1 great-grandchild by one of his stepdaughters.